Well, I want to talk about something about goal setting, about not say goal setting, but goal achievement. Because since the beginning of the year, I've set a few goals for myself and a few ambition goal, which, for instance, I kind of failed, but that's also something that I want to talk about because that's not really failing. That's how you think about goal, and sometimes you can just mix the big picture. Because one of the things that I've done is okay, I had the first 8 weeks of the year where I wanted to lose fat. And so I started at 19.4% and I went down to 12.6%. But my goal was not that. My goal was very specific. My goal was to get to 10% body fat. And so at the end of those 8 weeks, I ended up at 12.6. So by any standard, I did a good job. I did a good job because I maintained my muscle mass. I lost 6 kilograms, about 15 pounds of fat. So I did a great job. It's just that I can't help myself feeling that I didn't achieve my goal of 10%. And that's true, I didn't. And that's something I want you to think about in grand scheme of things. Sometimes we try to achieve something that is very ambitious that we don't even know we are going to achieve. But in the meantime, we are achieving so much more than what we actually wanted to achieve in the first place. And for instance, for my case, what I've achieved during that process is first, developing good eating habits, because I've been struggling with that over the last year. And so being very strict for 8 weeks straight, I needed to be clear about what I was going to eat, tracking macros and so on. And so that gave me a good return over those 8 weeks that actually now I can carry on for the rest of the year, having good eating habits and so on. So that's all something I haven't really thought about it in the first place. That's a very good consequence. Then there was also the idea that in the past, I've already done that, lose a ton of fat in a very short period of time, but I did also at the same time lose a ton of muscles. And so here, I've been able to actually gain muscles through this process. So that's also a big win. And so that's something I want you to consider, because as overachiever, and maybe you are like me, we set very ambitious goals for ourselves, and 90% of the time we are disappointed of what we are doing because we don't actually achieve exactly the goal that we have set for ourselves. Yet we need to, I'm telling that for you because this is something I want to remember for myself. We need to remember that not achieving the specific goal that we want to achieve doesn't mean we have failed. It means just that the goal was maybe just too ambitious. And we have win on multiple other levels. It's never black and white. And that's why goal is very difficult to understand, even though that's motivating. At the end of the day, that's the process that counts. What you are actually doing, improving every day, making progress. And so as long as you remember that, as long as you're trying to understand, okay, maybe I didn't actually achieve the goal that I set, but did I actually win even more by actually learning a ton of things along the way? And so putting things on perspective is actually a very powerful way, I think, to mitigate this feeling, because when we don't achieve the goal that we want, that we have set for ourselves, we can feel very disappointed about ourselves, and at the end of the day, you're the only person that can actually cheer you up, that is here for you, whatever the situation. And so we shouldn't be harsh on ourselves when we think we fell short of something. We need to be proud to actually what we went through, because as overachiever, we give everything we have. And so if by giving everything you have and you still didn't make it, just meant that that wasn't for now. That doesn't mean you can't achieve the goal over the long run, but maybe the timeline you have given yourself was just too short. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't achieve your goals. That just means you need a little bit longer of time. And so, for instance, me, if I truly want to get to 10%, I can just give myself a little bit more time. I have proven to myself that actually making the process I went through is actually working. I'm maintaining muscle mass, I'm losing fat, and if I just keep going, I will get to my 10% goal. Okay, I didn't get it in 8 weeks, but that doesn't mean I can't get it. And so putting things in perspective, I think, is a very powerful way. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.